Comparison often enters quietly, sometimes almost unnoticed. You see another artist's work, and suddenly something changes internally. Your attention shifts, the work becomes heavier. You begin doubting yourself. And then thoughts begin appearing. They're better than me. I'm behind. I don't have enough talent. I'll never reach that level. And what's difficult is that these thoughts often feel true in the moment. But comparison usually says much less about the other person than about the relationship we have with ourselves. Comparison feeds upon the idea that you are lacking something, something important, something necessary. And many of us unconsciously pick this up along the way. The idea that we are not enough yet, we are not talented enough, we are not intelligent enough, not original enough. But what's interesting is that the less present we are while working, the stronger these thoughts often become. Because when attention leaves direct experience, the mind quickly fills the space with psychological stories. Stories about failure, about identity, about worth. And suddenly, instead of perceiving light, color, texture, form, we are mostly perceiving ourselves through lack. And often, people begin compensating for these feelings internally. I remember a friend of mine from art school once telling me that he never considered himself naturally talented. He said he already knew early on that other people seemed more gifted than him. And because of that, he decided he would simply work 10 times harder, almost aggressively. I think many artists do this in different ways. Some become extremely controlling. Others become overly intellectual. Some overwork constantly. Others stop making work entirely. Because when someone deeply believes, I am lacking something, the mind starts searching for ways to compensate. But talent may not work in the way we think it does. People often imagine talent as something fixed, something a person either has or doesn't have. But I think talent is also deeply connected to attention, sensitivity, and the ability to truly perceive something. Because when someone becomes deeply attentive to a field, they begin noticing more within it, more nuance, more relationships, more subtlety. And perception itself can absolutely deepen, which means part of what we call talent can also develop through awareness. So, whenever thoughts of comparison appear, there is actually a small but important possibility available to us. The moment you notice, I'm not enough, they're better, I'll never get there. Instead of fully becoming these thoughts, you can first become aware. These are my current thoughts. And that sounds simple, but it changes something fundamental. Because now there is space between awareness itself and the psychological story. And inside that space, attention can move again. Not toward comparison, but toward direct experience. Back to color, form, texture, light. Back to the small details you normally overlook. The rounded edge of an object, the atmosphere of a room, the subtle shift in tone. And sometimes, when attention fully returns to what it actually here, you suddenly lose track of time again. Even briefly, even for a few seconds. And I think in those moments, it matters much more than we realize. Because in those moments, you are no longer working from the story of lack. We are working from direct experience again. So maybe the real danger of comparison is not that other people are better than us, but that comparison pulls attention away from the life that is already here to perceive. And when attention returns, the work often begins moving again naturally.